today we've got 4 exercises. 3 are for just focusing on the core, and one's going to focus on the legs but also engaging the core as well. I'm going to do 10 reps of each one and repeat 3 times through. So you can come onto the mat into your box position. So hands will go underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Keep the hips nice and level, and then from there you're going to take opposite arm, opposite leg out. So you just take the arm and leg out, pull the belly button in, engage the core, hold for 2 seconds, back down, and then back out, the other side. We're going to do 5 each side, so 10 in total. Again, keeping nice slow movements, keep the hips nice and level. Really focus on pulling the belly button in, engaging the core as we're going out. One more each side. Again, extending through, holding for the 2 seconds, keeping the hips nice and level. Last one. 10. And bringing that one back down from there. From there, moving over onto your back. We're going to do hip lifts. We're going to have feet hip width apart. We're going to drive up off the heels, squeeze hamstrings and glutes, and then pull the belly button in as well, like lifting up. So resting the head down, putting it up. Knees, hips, shoulders, nice straight line. Say squeeze through the hamstrings and glutes. Pull the belly button in, coming back down, stop just before from there, and then pushing up. So if baby is awake, you can also, which you get to do in the class, have the baby resting on the hips, going down and pushing back up from there. So just a bit of extra weight added on the hips. 4. Again, focus on putting in the belly button as you're driving up, really engaging abdominals and core, squeezing through the hamstrings and glutes. 2 more. 10. And then rest that one down from there. Then coming up from there. There's this time, so pull. So you can use, if you've got a band, use a band. If not, don't need to. So it's just a bit of visual. So from the kneeling position, arms in front. Just going to pull the hands apart. Just pull the hands apart. Engage the core. Pull the belly back in. Engage the pelvic floor as well. Hold for 2, and then release back out. So again, nice and tall. So 2 more coming up. Last one. And then rest that one in from there. Final one for the first go round. Up onto the feet. So go feet hip width apart. So again, if baby's weight, you can hold the baby. From there, sitting back in on the heels. So normal squats. So you sit down and you come back up. Push up off the heels again. Pull the belly button in, engaging the core, keeping the abdominals nice and tight, nice and upright. 2, 3, sitting in as low as we can. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more coming up. 10. Having a breather from there. So from there, heading back down and back round to the top. So back into your box position. Hands underneath the shoulders, and then coming into your bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite legs. Again, engaging abdominals and core coming out. Again, nice slow controlled movements. Just take the arm and leg out. Exhaling, pulling the belly button in. Keeping the hips nice and level. Nice smooth movements. 1 more each side. And resting that one. Again, back over onto your back. And in for your hip lifts. So feet hip width apart. Again, driving nice and high up off the heels. Squeezing the hamstrings and glutes again. Putting the belly button in, engaging the core. just before you touch the floor. Halfway, just over halfway. Again, knees, hips, shoulders, a nice straight line. Final one. And bringing that one down from there. Coming back up. Do our band pulls. So kneeling position. Hands up. So pulling the hands apart, pulling the belly button in. Exhaling as you do. And release back out. 2, 3, 4, 6. So yeah, without the band, just focus on pulling the belly button in. Squeeze it in for 2 seconds. Breathing out. One more coming up. And rest that one. And from there, coming back up onto your feet. Hip width apart. And sitting back in on the heels. So, and as low as you can. Exhale on the way back up. Again, focus on engaging that abdominal and core. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring that one, rest that one in from there. So last go round from there. So back into your box position. And we're going to do here, so opposite arm, opposite leg. So again, engaging, breathing out. Keeping the hips nice and level. And 10. Over onto your back. Coming up into your hip lifts. Again, driving up off the heels. Squeeze hamstrings and glutes. Engage and focus on pulling that belly button in. Knees, hips, shoulders, nice straight line. Back down, stop just before you touch the mat. Drive back up. So again, exhale in on the way up. Focus on pulling that belly button in. So up from there. Nice slow controlled movements. Last one. Coming up with your bands if you've got one. If not, just imagine the band. And then so putting it apart. Exhale in and go back in. So halfway, 5 more. Last one. And then final one coming up. Going back to your squats. So feet hip width apart and then sitting back in on the heels. So going down. Exhale, just come back up, pushing up off the heels. Pulling the belly button in. 4 more. So nice and low, push it in back, push it up off the heels. One more to go. And rest that one. From there. Having a breathe there, drink. First one done. Excellent work, well done.